All right, guys, so we got this MR2 in here, as you can see. Guy hit me up, said that he wants to put some fender flares on it. So that's what we're gonna do. He's got a bunch of rubbing right here, as you can see, because all the, the rubber there, and it's all trimmed out. Well, it's not even trimmed out. It's kind of just self-trimming, as you can see on the tire. So he got himself some universal fender flares, and he said he's not worried about cutting into it because it's a road race car. So we're gonna get those on there for him, and yeah, hopefully he's happy with it, and so that he has a lot more clearance and stop all that, because it's not good when you're tearing your tires up. It's even bad on the back. It's chunking his tire up. It's eating it all away. So we're gonna have to trim all this stuff out in order for the fender flares to fit and look good. And yeah, so let's get after it. That's the one side that's mocked up, and he's not going to paint them yet. He said he's going to wait till he gets his front bumper and all that stuff and then maybe paint it, or he might like the whole black fender flare look. It's going to be a road course car, like I said before, so he's not too pressed about it. So yeah, so got that going on, and we'll see how it turns out. Might not look too bad, black and red, because he's got the louvers for the hood and all that crazy stuff that are black, little accent colors here and there, and this is them without it. So looks good without it, but he wants the flares, so that's what he wants. That's what he's going to get. So yeah, still parting out this damn thing. Wish somebody would just come give me reasonable money for it. I'm not trying to be like everybody else and get millions of dollars for something that's not worth it, but I'm not going to give it away. Anyways, yeah, so this is it's coming along pretty good. So yeah. All right, so a little update. I was going to time lapse, but I forgot. Got some screws in there to hold it in place. I'm going to heat it up and get it to mold, because they're just the universal style. So I got the screws where I'm going to be putting rib nuts. The rib nuts are probably twice the size of the screws. So don't, blow me up and say, oh, well, you done messed it all up. You messed it up. No, it's just, I made a pilot hole, so it's fine. So I'm going to be, heating these up so it molds, and they're pretty close. I mean, it's, the little rubber gasket goes behind that. But like areas like this where the gasket will probably fill, I still want to try to tighten up a little bit. You know what I mean? If you could see in there where it can go in a little. But for a universal kit on this MR2, it's actually not that bad. So I'm going to probably heat them up, do one side, and then do the other side. Because I'd rather do one side first, get it right, starting with the passenger side, not really practice, but really it is practice. I mean, I've done them before, but every car is different. So, yep. So I got those on there. I'm gonna heat them up, stuff like that. I'm gonna go get my GoPro so that I can time lapse heating it up, even though it's not really that exciting. Or I might just skip the whole thing. We'll see. But it's on there now. Gonna get these ones, and then once I get it molded where I'm happy, I'm gonna trim the inside, all of this stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah. There. So I'm gonna trim all this stuff where it was hitting. So all this stuff where it was hitting is gonna be bye-byes. So all this, just trim it out. You know what I mean? So it doesn't hit anymore. I found a couple spots that the guy probably doesn't even know it was hitting. So I'm gonna heat that up and hopefully bang that out of the way for him a little bit. It's not a lot, but I don't wanna trim it back to the pinch weld and then it separate and all that crazy stuff. So, heat this stuff up, beat it in a little bit, a little persuasion, you know what I mean? I have a BFH for that. Besides that, I might take this, pretty sure this is his washer sprayer, take this and relocate it so it tucks back a little better. And yeah. All right, so I got these still settling. Went ahead and trimmed these little pieces out here that were hitting. Trim those out. Banged them up a little bit. I'm gonna use the roller to really get it a lot smoother. Got some paint that I'm gonna paint all this so it's not bare metal and stuff like that, but I'm gonna roll it instead of having a very sharp edge right here to try to help from, if things, well, they shouldn't hit anymore, but things change, hard angles and full lock and stuff like that, still things are bound to happen. I mean, we're not completely gutting the fender out, so we're gonna give it enough clearance to where full lock to lock, and hopefully at full compression of the springs and suspension that it's no rubbing whatsoever. So yeah, slowly but surely getting there. This is just the driver's front, so I know it doesn't look like much now, but like I said, I'm gonna probably paint all this black. So yeah. All right, guys, so as you can probably see in the time lapse, or maybe you can't see in the time lapse, but I went ahead and grinded away at the fender. Now I'm drilling holes so I can put these riv nuts in, so that a way that the fender player can come on and off. That's just what the guy wants, so I'm gonna do that. Put those on there, simple enough. And you know, after I do that, I gotta hit this with a little bit of paint so it's not bare metal, and also in there so it's not bare metal. Might be able to get this thing up out of here today. So like I said, that's where we're at now. We're gonna riv nut these on, hit it with a little bit of paint. He grabbed black because under it, you know what I mean, you're not gonna see it. You don't want to see red and whatnot and whatever. So coming along pretty quickly. Cool. Alright guys, so I finished up the MR2. Got the all the flares on there. I trimmed the fender, trimmed the stuff back, you know, beat in that little lip that I showed you guys. Got the riv nuts on. This one, put the riv nuts on, and then I rolled the fender or the quarters out probably a good 1/2 inch and trimmed a little bit. I didn't want to cut his quarters out. I wanted to try to just get by with just rolling it, because fenders are easily replaceable. These I'm not sure, you know, I don't know if they're like Corvettes where the whole quarter just comes off, but I don't think they do, because if you look, it's all one big piece. So I trimmed it a little bit on the inside lip, rolled it out towards me, or towards the outside of the car on both sides. For universal kits, man, they look pretty good. I mean, this rubber gasket's a little different, but I mean, he's happy with it. I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. You know, they fit the wheel well pretty good. I had to heat them up a little bit, as you saw. Yeah, they definitely they look pretty cool. Like I said before, this guy's gonna be like road racing this or whatever on the road course, and it kind of gives it that little bit more aggressive style. Not crazy wide, but definitely noticeable to an MR2 guy. It's like, hey, those aren't original. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, guys, you know, got that done. Got a couple more things going on. Little update on the 240. I got some people that are supposed to come get some more stuff and hopefully get rid of this thing. I also have the Z's Don't mind the mess, that's all getting cleaned up. I have the Z's here, this one, and then there's one over there. And hopefully these are getting out of here soon. I'm not that I'm not a fan of them, it's just I don't have time for another project right this minute. So I'd rather get the money for them, put them into something else, and just keep the ball rolling so I can get more and more stuff done, and you know, hopefully more projects and stuff and more content. So yeah, I finished that up. I got a few other things I got to do today, but I think I'm going to end the video there. Smash that like button, you know, subscribe, comment on things, you know, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. And yeah, so see ya.